Howdy, chat. What's going on? 2 seconds here. All right. Welcome to the Astropub. My name is Paul Berserker01 Batman Shelley, your humble host and space bartender here at the Astropub, your space bar at the end of the universe. I know it's a little different. I'm actually streaming at a time and a day I usually don't, but I also didn't stream a lot this month, so I'm trying to make it up for it with a little bit more hours here and there. I've got today and I've got Thursday left in the month, and I want to take Wednesday off a little bit, so. So, that all being said, let's jump into the game. Go to Australia, because most people are asleep there. How you doing, Marcus? So I'm gonna wrap up my mining hall stuff, the stuff that I have waiting for that's being processed, and then I'm going to head to one of the loading zones, the regular loading zones, to help load and unload people's stuff. The Australia trick is real. It is. Well, so here's the thing. Right now, it's like, fuck you early in the morning for Australia. So, and in the morning, it's good for US. Right, in the afternoon, it's good Australia, and in the evening, it's Europe, because you want to go to places which don't have a high number of people playing, because that's usually where things break.
You can take away my spaceship.
Spaceship.
You can take away my space suit. You can even take away my space lasers.
No PPUs.
But you can never,
Never.
ever
Ever.
take away my space game.
The Space Bee just resubscribed for 4 months. The Australia trick is golden.
But beware, they have kangaroos. I think it'd be very funny if they, if CIG added like bugs to just the stations only in the Australia servers. So it's just like, it's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. Just come up with their own version of the Huntsman spider. They just spiders just randomly spawn and walk around the walls. We want to make the Australians feel at home. They need to have a terror bird like the like an emu or a like a flightless two-legged or a cassowary to just that only spawns in Australian servers. Thank you for that 4 months of support there, the Space Bee. My hair's gonna be all messy after this. I've been falling down on my routine lately, mostly because I've been sick, but.
Them biddies.
United Resource Workers, because the chance 3 ghosts visiting your boss to make him do the right thing is incredibly slim.
I love it. Thank you, Ghost, for that 100 biddies. To the refinery. Well, first, I'm actually going to have to call my ship here so I can actually transport stuff back.
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System.
Let's go with... I don't have much left that's like can actually transport that amount of stuff. I got a Corsair. Do Corsair. Okay, Corsair's here, so. I'll auto load everything. My name is Paul Berserker01, Batman Shelley, your humble host and space bartender here. The Astropup, your space bar at the end of the universe. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. We got a good one for you. Before you go, Grim, good to meet you in Vegas, and I think your panel was the best panel out of all of them. That was the most exciting shit I've ever seen from a fan convention. good work. Make sure you keep up the good work. I only have one other question for you, Grim, since I know you worked in entertainment effects. Are you one of those effects people who can never watch a movie or television show? Because every time you do, you're like, I know how that was done. I can't just no, or just like critique people based off that. Because I've heard a lot of folks who like in the industry who just like, I can't watch movies and television just because I critique all of the work that they've done. All right. Work orders. I get over it literally, yeah. Hey, Northern Checker, how are you doing? So for those who don't know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing this run real quick, basically. And then I'm going to go to one of the locations where people like pick up and drop off stuff. And I'm going to put on my thickest Texas accent and act as a loader. Just be like, I just understand that United Resource Workers does not, you know.
You can take away my spaceship. You can take away my space suit.
Cannot sell any of these, okay.
You can even take away my space lasers.
Take them to Area 2.
But you can never, ever take away my space game.
77 months, shit. Hype train going on.
G Sharp just resubscribed for 77 months.
Thank you so much for that 77 months of support. You're very important, Pupper. Very impressed, Professor. Very new to the pedestrian. You rock. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. I do say y'all a lot anyways, so.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Drake, Corsair, retrieve.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
Kid Cody.
Your vehicle
You can
has
take
been
away my
delivered to the following
spaceship.
location.
Spaceship.
You can take away my space suit.
Suit.
You can even take away my space lasers.
No pews.
But you can never, ever take away my space game.
Kid Cody _ has subscribed.
Thank you so much for subscribing there, Kid Cody. You're very important, very impressed, Mr. Blah, blah, blah. This is your fault. The reason I'm drinking out. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. How you doing, Kid Cody? That name sounds suspiciously familiar. You aren't one of my students, are you? Or former students, because my students wouldn't know right now who I have.
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage. Please visit.
God damn it, CIG. This fucking bug pisses me off.
I like money.
This is it to its side. Nope, it's dead.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Just gonna do the regular one. Going over there anyways. Argo Raft.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Yeah, you know, the one bug
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
that is the biggest pain in the ass for this game, other than the freight elevators, is you try to like get a ship delivered and it almost instantly blows itself up because you can't have nice things.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
The only thing that's more Texan than y'all is the Texas idioms. You know, all cat no all hat no cattle. One can short of a six-pack. I'm trying to think of the other ones. My mom's. I've lived in Texas for 10 years, so I know a lot of it, but I also was raised by a Texan. My mom's a Texan, my grandma's a Texan, different sides of the family too. So I have cousins who grew up in Texas, so I have a lot of Texas roots. And they're from all over. My mom's from East Texas, my grandma was raised in West Texas, my cousins were raised in North Texas around Dallas, and I live in Austin, so. Hey, Apollianos, how you doing? There it goes.
Your vehicle, please visit.
I have a question. What are the ground missions called for this event? See if I can pull them up. I don't know if I can out here. They're called it's like stolen. It's not transport. It's like recover or something like that. It's either, I think it's stolen, not recover. Retrieve stolen cargo? Okay. You could screw up his gun. Well, I think so. Yeah, they fixed stacking in the like last night. The last patch did. See? Well, I could send this down right now if I wanted to, so it works. What's up, bud? Yeah, I think it's retrieve stolen cargo, not the recover. The recover, I think, is the ship-based one where you go out and fight off people. Just gonna eat those out. Now that's out, I can do this. Hey, Lush, how you doing? I've heard the one can short of six pack up here in the Midwest. It's a common American saying. All hat, no cattle is probably the most famous one. For those of you who don't know what that means, think of a cowboy who has a hat, but does not actually is not actually a doesn't actually ranch. That's kind of, it's basically you're a poser. It's a way of saying you're a poser. I could have sworn I had another. Oh, I got these boxes. It's everything. Hey, how's it going? I'm finishing up my my mining haul from yesterday, and then I'm gonna go be the guy. Thank you so much for that raid from PC 101. How you doing? You're all very important puppers. Welcome to the Astropub. My name is Paul, Berserker01, Batman, Chilling, humble host in space. We're here at the Astropub, just space bar at the end of the universe. Sit back, relax.
Let's party like it's your birthday. Party like it's your birthday. Come on, put your lips together. Blow the candle out. Party like it's your birthday. Party like it's your birthday. I wanna make you feel real special. Put your name in lights. We are gonna party like it's your birthday. Gonna party like it's your birthday. Gonna party like it's your birthday. Blow the candle out.
PC101 just got a sub from Northern Tech Hermit. Northern Tech Hermit gifted a tier 2 sub to PC101.
Thank you so much for giving
They
that tier
have given
2.
27 gift subs in the channel.
They give a tier 2 sub to PC101 Northern Tech Army. You're both very important powers, very impressive business. You all rock. Shots and cheers in chat. Y'all shots and cheers. What were you up to there, PC? We were just joking about how Australian. I'm in an Australian server. That Australian server. CIG should have Australian servers have a. They should make something like a Huntsman Spider in Star Citizen and have only in Australian servers do you have a chance for like the spiders to just spawn on stations. Just the authentic Australian experience. Moving boxes, then box moving, then box moving boxes. Yes. I had to look it up because you just don't hear that too much anymore. But we used to call all hat no cattle people high flute around here. Yeah, it's basically like all hat no cattle is basically means that you are somebody who is putting on airs to look like a normal person, but in reality, you're out of touch entirely. It's a way of saying stop being a rich dick or a stupid poser kid. Somebody who wants to play cowboy but has never actually dealt with like animals in his life. Yeah, it's a poser, yeah. But it's a very specific type of poser. Like, you know, people can be posers for like, you know, music scenes, but that's just, you know, because they just are trying to, they like the aesthetics or whatever. This is like specifically like rich kids playing cowboy. People don't use it a lot anymore because a lot of people you use it against now are the people who run the government. So. Yeah, it's the people who own a ranch and actually never run it. They just hire other people to run the ranch, but they want to say they own a ranch. I'm not gonna say George Bush. All right. But anyone who knows somebody from Texas, if they have a ranch and it's not their main source of living, they're all hat no cattle. We even have full ranchers up here. The On the Rock, an island is so called because there's no topsoil. You can't grow anything apart from conifers. We don't have any cattle on the island. There used to be a dairy farm when I was a kid. Okay. Basically ranch landlords. Kind of, usually it's just like a rich person who has a retreat and they call it a ranch. God, I'm not talking about him. J.R. Ewing? To a degree. That name sounds familiar. Why am I, I don't like the fact that name sounds familiar. Oh, it's from Dallas, that's why. Okay, the TV show. I just find it funny that they have an oil man in Dallas, which is like a little too far north there, Dallas show, but I get it. Hey, Epsilon. How's the morning been? Well, I only just started, so it's been going good. I was very productive this morning because I have been getting over sickness, so I haven't been, you know, doing my normal routine. So I actually got up and did my normal routine. I'm paying for it for not doing it for a week, but I feel good. Okay, so we're gonna go with contracts, Art Corp. I think this one, resource, get our cargo back. This one is the one you want to do if you want to get one. Yeah, no, I've had the same problem where like I built the this PC and I've had nothing but updates, and I think that's been causing a lot of the problems. How is the quality, by the way, y'all? I upped the quality to its maximum possible quality that I have, and I see a little frame dip, like I'm getting like 49 FPS out of 60, but like I'm getting like 50 FPS, but I should be broadcasting at 1080. It seems like it's good on my end. Everything looks good. So haven't played with the new Meteor yet. Hey, I have. It's zippy. It's definitely zippy, but I know it's like it's a glass cannon. Because someone yesterday said it was looking really streaky at times. So. Yeah, I know the type. Some of them are at least honest about what the ranch is and how they treat it as plaything, but one of them aren't self-aware. It says 1080-60. Okay. Because I'm a partner, you should also have the option to downscale if it's too much for you. So you need to get it down to like 720. Do that. I think it's a fine choice. It's just a niche choice. They joked about how it's John Wick, you know. It's a ship for John Wick, and I can see that. It definitely has that vibe. It's like a come in quick, blow somebody up and leave, but it needs some work. Like the guns just are kind of anemic. The bespoke guns are kind of anemic. It's a little too weak. Yeah. CIG seems to be hinting at a lot of stuff going on. Like, there's been rumors that CIG thinks that they're gonna get Maelstrom into Star Citizen by the end of the year. I don't think they will. I think CIG is just being a little bit too optimistic, as they usually are. A little too swaggery. I'm gonna load these instead of unload them. That was a mistake. I still had tagged my backup button. By the way, chat, there is. Let me just do that real quickly. Where's the camera? Look behind. Where's look behind? There was a command that was look behind where you could click that. Wish I could like look behind. Here it is. Watch this. Watch this. It's like a rear camera. You can see. Did Disco give up on his Genesis dream? No, it's still coming out, but it's probably not going to come out until after 1.0. Never heard a citizen say that before. One of the advantages that that ship also has, in terms of its... We're gonna do this. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good point of view. Less CIG's optimistic sincerity. If they feel like they can get Maelstrom by the end of the year, that means no earlier than Invictus 2026 by hard math calculations. That's pretty spot on, I think. There you go, that works. Someone said is this little? It's like this was little. Yeah, this is 2 loads of a prospector. It did take me like a significant amount of time to actually get this done, though. Like we're talking like 3 hours to get this done, and then I had to wait another, 9 hours to actually get the processing done. I'm an insufferable clueless non-dev, and when I eat crow from CIG from bringing stuff in sooner, expecting history. So I'll be happy to go all the time. I'm the same way. Like, the most I can say is that I've done a lot of research because this kind of shit fascinates me. So we've got Laranite, Borosite, Taranite, Corundum, Vexilite. Is Corundum one of the ones you can It is. Damn, Spader Elite. That sounds great. Okay, so what am I at right now? 21 copper, 21 corundum, not bad. Currently at, oh, there you go. I've only got 1,000 left. That's only five runs. Actually, a little less than 5, but it's more like 4 runs. Well, 5.5, maybe a little more. Because each cargo run is about 190 or 180 for large. So, like, it's like 260 for 2. Or 260, 360 for 2. 920 for 3. Yeah, so it's like 4.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
That's still a lot.
Your vehicle has been moved to us for please visit.
Store. Thank God you can store. Okay. That box will haunt him to the end of his days. I hope he ended up having to do one more trip just because of that box. I hope he had to waste another hour of it, or 30 minutes to an hour of his life just because of that one box didn't go through.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Art Corp.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
Actually, I also want to do this.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Vehicles. Lancer Max. Let's see if I can get any other propulsion. No. I have Bodhi. Bodhi. Coverall. Take a coverall. Vehicle weapons. Main weapons. Let me take out the Omniskis. I have M5As. No, I don't really have anything. All right.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
Max.
Vehicle select. Your vehicle has please visit us again.
Today was a good day for the grumpy old lizard. Finally, for the first time since the event started, I was able to actually do a cargo run, and now I have Hurston armor. Nice. Congratulations. Someone posted in Discord that apparently you traumatized Open Mic Dude. Did I? Did they find out who Open Mic Dude was? Or are you just saying, you're like, who's Open Mic Dude? For those of you who don't know, there was a guy who was blasting like YouTube videos. I think he had a mic that was like set to open, so it was broadcasting. he knew it was broadcasting because I said multiple times, brother, get off, and I could hear myself in the mic. So, like, I know he was listening. I said it multiple times, he didn't listen. So I'm like loving this skin. It's so fucking stupid. Are you serious? Nah, we're doing Gladiator this year. I don't mind. I wouldn't mind devoting for Atlas, the Atlas as well, but because anything that's going with the Atlas will go with the Geo, and if you have an Atlas, then you also can use the same skin for the ICTY. Usually, all use the same skins. I'm glad. If that's true, I'm very happy. Oh, I don't mind doing a raft. My perfect lineup would be Gladiator, 85X, Atlas, and Raft. But hey, Tech Zero. Hopefully you enjoy that thing you got last night. Did I? I should change it, yeah. It should say the loader guy now, but yeah, political mic guy, yeah. For those of you who don't know, some guy was just blasting political YouTube on his mic, and I kept trying to tell him to turn it down. He refused to say anything. So I took only one of his boxes. I didn't even take it myself. I put it on another ship that was nearby that somebody had abandoned that was full of cargo. I just put it on that ship. Because when you put it on somebody else's cargo grid, you can't take it off the cargo grid if it's somebody else's cargo grid, because it's in armistice. So he would have never been able to complete it. He missed 4 SCU. And if anyone finds out who this, if you're a political YouTube guy, open mic guy, you deserve it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bless your heart, son. Bless your heart. It's not a fighter. The Gladiator is a bomber. It's a bomber that has been basically neglected by CIG. It has almost if it actually has no skins. It's a really cool combined arms ship. It needs to have bombs to be able to put on its wings, because if it had torpedoes, bombs, and everything else that it comes with it, it would be a very good multi-role combat ship. Yeah, but this dude didn't know how to turn off his fucking mic, or was too busy trying to trigger people with his political YouTube videos. I don't think he has the cognizance to be able to do that. All right, so it's usually ArcCorp 4. Let me see, make sure I know what this is. All right, ArcCorp area 048. Okay. Thoughts and prayers for political YouTube guy. Like, think about it this way. If somebody was listening to, it doesn't matter what politics, any political podcast or show or video on in a public space without their earbuds, just like listening to it in their phone, watching it, like blasting it in like a park or at a restaurant, you'd probably be like, fuck off, asshole. It wouldn't even matter if you agreed with the politics. It would just be like, this is sort of not the place. And again, I think he was doing it intentionally. Did they do the little ones? Okay, I gotta see what they did. Because did they actually release it? Okay, let me look through this Ship Showdown. All right, Ship Showdown. Showdown divisions: heavy duty, speed demons, run and gun, pathfinder, freighter, alien division, road warriors, and underdog. The little ones. Okay. I think the gladiator would be in run and gun, not in the underdog. I think that's gonna be something like the cutter or something. It's posted by Freya? Okay. Yeah, no, I don't know how to spell her name either. They do, Cody, and that's the problem. It's like it's one thing to be to like do something like that just in general. Like if the dude was watching like Mr. Beast, I'd still be pissed. But it's another to be like intentionally abrasive like that. Because he went from one to another. He just had him on a fucking like a playlist. So it's technically against the rules because you can't actually put a ship that isn't released in the game into Ship Showdown. It has to have been released in the game.
Landing gear down.
All right, time to put on the accent. I'm gonna this is just gonna be a warning chat. When I get in the accent, I'm gonna then eventually slip into it. I just want to leave. You're just gonna hear me talk like this the entire stream. My weird Texas, Tennessee accent. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Oh no, I recognize the dude because he was talking about a left-leaning political guy, and he was constantly making feet jokes.
Hello, how can Miss help you today? Systems on.
There we go. I fucking hate the freelancer turret. The turret that needs to be a remote turret controlled by the co-pilot. Like, yeah, whatever. If someone wants it, they can take it. Only if the attack is up against, not up against the Gladiator, the 85X, the ATLS, or the Raft. All right. ship on over here. Make sure this is working. If I could, I'd throw these freaking ships away, but I want Gladiator this year, yes. Now we wait, chat. Now we hang out. Actually, I'm gonna do this real quickly. I'm gonna go scrounge up some food, because I probably need some food. There's usually food in some of these buildings. This is freaky as fuck. Could you see making content, current event armor available in game in a few months? Probably. Maybe a different version of the same paint, just slightly different colors. But it, you know, earning. They could also, you probably earn them through like missions and stuff like that. You got a tier 5 microtech by leaving your Atlas in your hangar using the ATLS where it was left at the landing zones. I think I only had one instance where an ATLS was left for you. Oh, they freaking left everywhere for me. Just take a helmet just in case. I do have some drink here, but take an Atlas, leave an Atlas. How close are you to being free of your corporate overlords? 1,000 SCU. Perfect. Aha, perfect. Some food. I don't know if there's any drinks or anything like that, but I'll be fine for now. I may need to go to an actual, like, location that is inhabited by people, but, you know, this location actually works, so. There's other buildings here, right? That's probably it. Yeah. Need be, I can always go back onto the, Alright. Now we wait, chat. So someone was asking earlier, what do you mean the guy? So earlier, someone posted the video of a dude just loading people's ships for fun, and it became viral. So I decided I was going to do that as well, but I'm going to do it as like my own sort of, my own way. My terrible Texas accent from 8 years living in Texas and fucking 6 years living in Tennessee. And I'm gonna go, all right, I'm a representative, United Resource Workers. Here to tell you that I am offering my services. There is no price. This is complimentary of URW. However, there are a couple stipulations. One, I am entitled to a break whenever I feel fit. And number two, I am not liable for your cargo's damages. If you agree to this, I will help you move your cargo at a post haste. Gotta say, annoying van feed aside, I do love the social and political landscape they've written for Star Citizen so far. So many different interesting flavors of disaster, failure nation building. Yes. Charon called. They told the UE Senate to shove it. Other than Paul's doing God's work, the first time I twigged to how interesting Star Citizen Render was the statue of Anthony Tanaka. It is such an important part of the Star Citizen experience. That's the thing that actually got me into researching more about Star Citizen lore, was the statue of Anthony Tanaka. The fact that CIG put that front and center, and it's clearly important. And remember Anthony Tanaka, like who the fuck is Anthony Tanaka? And then the more you realize it's not the miner, it's the kid who's dead in the miner's arms. Brilliant. Someone needs to do an RP conspiracy theory about the hot dog eating controversy. What's the hot dog eating controversy? Do double dogs kill you now or something? Yeah, funny how someone would call a resistance front nerds. They're dorks. Levski is dorks. The People's Alliance of Levski are just giant dorks. Is that the splash page news thingy about the PAL? Oh, the double dog eating contest thing. Yeah. It's a controversy about the eating contest. That technology has obviously advanced to an incredible pace if you're telling me someone ate 70-something double dogs. All right, let me look it up. You're gonna wanna hold your onto your butt, a ghost. The current record for most hot dogs eaten is 76. In 10 minutes, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry, 83. Joey Chestnut, USA. Took it back from the fucking Japanese. They're single dogs, but the difference isn't going to be that much. Yeah, it's the bread. The dogs aren't that filling. It's the bread that fills you. No, it's a tiny Japanese guy, though. He had it for the longest time. Takehiro Kobayashi. Kobayashi has been the dude who was, like, insane. Now, the women's hot dog eating contest winner ate 51, and she is a tiny Japanese woman, Miki Sudo. I've seen a few documentaries about a women hot dog eating contests for the plot, obviously, right? You're very fascinated about the sport, right, Alzilla? Well, in fact, originally the buns were just a wrapper you could keep your fingers from getting burned or greasy. Hot sausage vendors would give their patrons gloves to hold the product while eating, but kept losing the gloves. One proprietor happened to have a brother who ran a bakery. Yeah, it was for the World's Fair, the New York World's Fair, or was it Chicago World's Fair? Similar situation with hamburgers, where, like, you know, a lot of folks getting a little cold. A lot of folks in America may not realize that, like, hamburgers were like Hamburg steaks, basically like ground beef steaks for a long time. But it was someone in the late 19th, early 20th century came up with the idea of putting buns around the steaks to make them portable. Steak sandwiches, basically. So. Well, so is a taco, Altzilla. Legally, a taco is also a sandwich. And this is a dead server. I'll give it another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll swap servers. How is it that's so recent? So a couple things. Number one, sausage and burgers are very, very difficult to produce. So, like, sausages were something you didn't eat on a daily basis until very recently, because it costs a lot of time and labor to be able to create them. So unless you are A, close to hogs or have hogs, and B, have a history like Germanic peoples, you wouldn't eat sausages a lot. And hamburgers are ground up beef, which you wouldn't really ground up beef as much as you would cut it. And you wouldn't kill cows because they were very expensive. Cows were mostly used for milk. You'd use them for beef every so often, but it was very expensive to have beef. So, like, most steak was like birds, fish, rodents that you could catch or kill, Most people wouldn't eat it. These are things that are a little bit more like for the merchant class or for the royal class. And in the 1800s, because of trains, it became super cheap to take cows from Texas and bring them up, cattle drive them up to, I want to say Wyoming, where they would then slaughter them, put them on train cars and send them to, back east. So with innovation and automation in transportation, in cooling technologies like refrigeration, it made beef a lot cheaper, and the same thing happened with hogs and such. It's like a Salisbury steak-ish meal originally. Yeah, in some parts of the world, they still have Hamburg steaks. They still serve them, which is just, again, ground beef steaks. You just serve them like a steak. And sandwiches too. Apocryphally, the Earl was gambling, got hungry, didn't want to break his winning streak, and instead of getting some cold mutton or something on a plate, getting his fingers greasy and borrowing the playing cards, he said, stick it between some bread. Heck, I just saw an archaeology report that we found a fat rendering factory that was 125,000 years old on an old German coast, on the German coast of the North Sea, Netherlands. Our Neanderthals were engaging in industrial high-fat food production before we even started cultivating crops. You got to remember that was also when we had megafauna. So you could hunt megafauna, which would give you shit tons of meat. Hamburg steaks are very popular in Japan. I know, and they I think we called them Salisbury steaks or something like that in the U.S. at some point. But yeah, you can have ground beef steaks in other parts of the world. I want to say even in Hamburg, but Germans may be able to correct me on that one. Let me look it up real quick. So in French, it's called steak tartare. It's called an open hamburger in the US. Okay. Hamburg steak. The first meat grinder was invented in the early 19th century by German engineer Karl Dreiss. The machine was made possible for minced meat to be sold in the market in large quantities at reasonable prices. By 1845, numerous patents existed for improving meat grinders in the United States. These machines could all shred meat to sizes before unimaginable. Before this, minced meat was prepared by hand at home using specialized chisels, intensive manual labor that severely limited the amount that could be produced. Expensive. Minced meat also became used in other popular American foods, including hot dogs and meatloaf. Many people have claimed to have invented the hamburger as a sandwich of ground beef patty placed between two slices of bread. All claims of invention occurred between 1885 and 1904, making it probable the hamburger was created sometime in these 2 decades. Despite varieties of common elements in these narratives include the claim that the hamburger was born as a food of association with major events, such as amusement parks, fairs, conferences, and festivals. These hypotheses are often share the presence of street vendors. So yeah. Convergent evolution, convergent invention, I believe, could easily explain that as well. That many people came up with the same idea because minced meat was becoming super popular. You know, shredded meat was becoming super popular. Like, why not just put that shit on a fucking bread? Seems like the meat grinder was invented really late. We should have put points into that earlier. Yeah. God damn it, now I want a burger. What's in the email? Pull it up. While we wait for folks to help out loading. is back. It's time to support your favorite flybowl. Okay. Submitting a community hub, sharing on X, or by heading out for a ride. Check out this view. We're beloved champions by making them available for the next 48 hours. Check out the F8C Lightning, C1 Spirit, Terrapin, and Reclaimer. Yeah, filling in the intestine with palpable known meats. I've been filling my brain with vintage know-hows for meat usage and production, selling my 15 AC here in Michigan to get agricultural land in New York. It's been a dream of my wife for a long time to be self-sufficient on our homestead. That's like the millennial dream. The zoning community won't rezone our current land for agricultural, so we're hoping to play the current market and hopefully literally move to a zone land. That's not bad. It would go bad, Drac. Like, try sticking ground beef, you know, in your outside of your fridge in like your cupboard and see how quickly it spoils. It's like probably 2 days. So you can't keep it for very long. So if it takes a fucking bitch and a half to make without a meat grinder. So it takes a long time. This is the kind of thing you come to hang out with the Astropub for, by the way. Canning wasn't invented until the 19th century. They didn't invent canning until the early 19th century. And it was not always, wasn't always a good idea because they used, I want to say, mercury? Or was it lead to actually seal the cans? Yeah, that's what I meant by grinding it. You've increased the surface area to volume ratio, so until you can hygienically store it, I don't think you make a grinder. Yeah, what Asher was talking about. They had ice charts specifically designed for meat shipments. Very expensive to transport meat on rail in the Americas. There's an entire subplot of that in My Fair Lady, or it's one of those like old musicals that was turned into a Disney movie. I'm gonna go take a break real quickly since there's nobody here. Pop in my freelancer. It's a neat little, is that a nomad? It's a nomad. Skin. Hey, I was about to take a break. Hey, buddy. Welcome to 048. I'm the local United Resource Worker representative here to help you out. No charge, courtesy of 048, but a couple restrictions. Number one, I am union representative, so I get to take a break when I need to. Number two, I am not responsible for any damage to your cargo. If you agree, I can help you move. I'll be over by there and you make your decision, all right? Oh, can you hear me? 242, 4242. That you? All right, cool. I am the United Resource Workers representative here at 048. I'm here to help you move cargo in and out where you need to. You don't have to pay me, but I have a couple stipulations. Number one, I do need to take a break every so often. And number two, I am not responsible for any damage to your cargo. All right, let's go. Engineers are here to fix this up earlier, so it should be working. No, I didn't see a message. I was doing role play. What's up? Can you not move it over? Oh no, god damn it. I'll go contact the folks to fix it, but it's probably gonna be a couple days. Fuck. I love that for him, Jakaro. I love that. Should probably take the mission to make sure it's working. I gotta hop servers. How do you know it was the same guy, Jakaro? He was blasting everything in chat. I'm glad I pissed him off. Oh yeah, it's probably him then. Controversial opinion, human suffering is good sometimes. There's a famous quote that struggle makes us better. And it does. As an educator, I can say with confidence. I'm gonna try US and see if it works, but basically, I'm gonna go to one of the OMs. I'll probably just go boost off into infinity and well, as an educator, you need to have struggle. You need to fail, because that's how you learn is by failing. I'm gonna go between here and Lyria real quick. Here's the question: if I can actually get out of bed. That's the problem with these. There you go.
You can take away my spaceship.
Spaceship.
You can take away my space suit.
Suit.
You can even take away my space lasers.
No pew-pews.
But you can never,
Never.
ever
Ever.
take away my space game.
Sandy Sanderson just resubscribed for 32 months. Good afternoon.
Hey, Cindy, you're a very important pupper, very impressive pisser, very neat pedestrian. This your father return drinking at shots and cheers and chat, yo, shots and cheers. Instructors used to tell me that pain is fear leaving the body. It's weakness leaving the body, yeah. We're right back, chat. Success isn't the best teacher. Success is the best reward. Somewhere along the way, at least in America, I know this is not everywhere, but in a lot of places too, we forgot that the reward isn't fucking money. Money is the object that says you did a good job. But it isn't the goal. Because everyone's so goddamn poor these days, it's so hard to get, people to do anything but desperately try to, yeah, it's a bonus. When you are successful, hopefully money comes. But I'll be right back, chat. Get some water. But I learn best by failing. You learn best by figuring out what doesn't work. When you figure out what doesn't work, you know what does work. Because if you know what works, and you encounter any sort of problems after you've succeeded once, you're gonna forget. You're not gonna know how to deal with it. So it's much better to fail in a business where you don't have much of a or in something that doesn't have a lot of penalties, than to succeed and then then experience hardship and then fail. It's better to fail your way to success than it is to succeed your way to failure. All right, I'm back. We're gonna try USA. Maybe the game will work. Tech Zero won it. I'm gonna be a little philosophical here because someone said, "Yeah, money is survival." It ain't surprising everyone here is obsessed. The thing about as an economist, I can tell you is that money is fake. We invented money. But it was mostly so that we can get resources, so we can so we could better trade to get stuff we wanted. But fundamentally, we have lost the plot when it comes to 048 or 048. What success should mean. And one of the problems with money success is that anybody who gets money, the more money you get, the more depressed and isolated you become. The whole joke about money doesn't make you happy is true. It doesn't make you happy. It makes you miserable. But it would make everybody else happy because we don't have it. If I had $1 million, I would be fine. I would have no problems in my life. I'd still probably have health problems and other things like that, but I wouldn't have any major issues when it came to like daily concerns about money. I'd love to test that theory. But the problem is that if you have a lot of money, it almost never comes without a catch. Oh, it's awful for the economy. The economist in me is, and this is going to sound weird, is we need to fucking take the money out of rich people's hands and put it back into the circulation, which sounds like, because it very is close to communism. But in this case, it's not at all communist related. It's more capitalist related, because when you circulate money, more people who will actually use the money will use the money, and thus more economies will get better and more people will spend more money because they can make more money, and you know, you build more products and resources. Resource usage is important, especially efficiently, so we're not wasting resources because we don't have enough resources to exist. Looks like this is at least working.
Landing gear down.
All right, chat. Back to roleplay. Like, this is not something I hide. I'm not a communist. Not even like a socialist. I like some aspects of socialism, mostly because I like regulated markets. But, like, sometimes you just need fucking money circulation, man. Money flow is better for everybody. stock is just like land, it's worthless. All right. Rant over. Howdy, buddy. How's the lift today? Is it working? Or is it a capacity issue? Ah, shit, it's a capacity issue. Oh, fuck. This is the kind of shit I like to do on my own, Dibley. If I could make it work, I'd be doing roleplay shit all the time. That's how me and Knowledge know each other mostly, is because we used to do roleplay shit together on other games. I'm gonna be fucking hopping around here. Bring back the cold stand. I mean, there are ways to do it. Yeah, that's the problem. Another problem is that the game breaks, so it's not fun to play and roleplay when everything breaks. Like, I'm trying to do this, and it's hard to do because the fucking every server I go to, it's broken. Just gonna boost straight up. September of last year is when the ATLS came out. Does anyone know where you can turn in cargo from recovery missions without the original mission? Yeah. If you go into your contracts, one of the options is bring us materials. So if you have the materials, you click that and you can turn it in, and it'll count towards your total. That's what I've been mining. Got 35 SCU of copper so far. Yeah. I was thinking my homestead fails with my mechanical and engineering prowess to build a few living design Star Citizen ships on the land and have a couple of RP teams work and live in full RPS Star Citizen platform. That'd be cool. You could probably build some of the HABs structures that they have. They don't sound like they don't look like they're too complicated. The issue is the stilts. make sure I'm stopped. Hold on. There we go. You get cash for those for the turn-in as well, Jin. Yeah, when you drop off the materials with that mission, they also pay you. All right, I'm gonna go to EU. Maybe EU is gonna have better luck. Yeah, the drop-off mission is stuff is always available, and it does pay you money. It actually pays you more money than the missions do. Not by much. It's like 50K each. So, yeah, it's like a little bit more money. I don't want to get too into the deep, but as a historian, I will say that y'all are saying like sometimes violence is the answer. Violence is a answer that you can use frequently in any political or geopolitical situation. But whenever you have violence, it always has a consequence. It's never as simple as shoot person and win. It usually ends up with a lot more complicated things. What's the old joke about insurgent math? You have 10 insurgents, you kill 5 of them, how many do you have now? Or you kill 2 of them, how many do you have now? You have 15. You know, 20, yeah. 20, 30. You get the idea. I don't remember what movie that's from, but I know it's based off of an actual thing. Hey, Bell, do you think manually engaging, disengaging individual thrusters on a ship will come with engineering? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've talked about that specifically is one of the reasons. Well, they've mentioned that specific idea with updating the current IFCS. They're changing the IFCS. And the only reason why they'd be changing the IFCS, in my opinion, is because the engineering is going to change how flight works. It's 1%, Tiperonius. For peaceful resistance to work, you need 1% of the population to engage in it. If you have 1% of the population engaging in peaceful resistance, it almost certainly is going to work. Because at that point, everyone knows somebody who is involved in it. Even tangentially. And it's impossible to get away from it. It's easy to stomp peaceful resistance when you can make them the other. But it's really difficult to do when it's your cousin. Or your friend at work, you know. Yeah, you can log out. If you have a bed, you can actually log out. As long as you're in deep space or you're further away from other people. Like I just kind of boosted away from the planet or the moon so I could be without in areas where people would come and go. And you can actually log out in your bed, in your ship. You just have to go into the bed and you have to find the location. Something's hard to find, and it'll say, like, log out, and you can hit that log out button. Sometimes it'll say exit, so you have to, like, right-click on your mouse, then it'll bring up a wheel. One of them will be log out. You want this one? It tells you how much money you're gonna get per version. Oh, it's 056 on Wallow. Let's go there. Just that fucking boost out though. Yeah, the OSS handbook is a really good one. Lurch Lord, I don't disagree, only because, like, that's what history teaches us. Situations like what we're currently having, not just in the US, but a lot of places in the world, usually leads to violence. And it's usually because the elite, this is one of the oldest stories in history. Literally the fall of the first city of humanity was this story, which is where the leaders or the elite of a society lose connection with the average person in society and think that they have some sort of, they're better, they're more ordained or whatever, and then they completely have lost touch with how things are done, and then the people decide that they've had enough. They kill the leaders, rise up, kill the leaders, and then often abandon the city or country. It's one of the theories behind the fall of the Maya, for instance, was that just their leaders are just dicks, and so they left. It's called the 3.5% rule. I thought it was 1%, but yeah, 3.5% makes sense, yeah. Hey, Knowledge. We were talking about you earlier. I'm trying to do some RP stuff here. And of course, Star Citizen isn't working, otherwise it'd be fun. And people have mentioned, like, this is really cool. I'm like, yeah. There's a lot of people who'd play this game more if it was fucking RPable. Triperindius, I like Gundam's take on it. I think Gundam has the most artistic name for what we're talking about, which is called the Endless Waltz. War, peace, and revolution. I think it's technically war, peace, yeah, war, revolution, and peace, or peace, war, revolution, that kind of thing. The idea that it's a cycle that always repeats itself. Not literally, but you know. And it's one of the most fascinating things to have in narratives. It's the cornerstone of the Star Citizen story when it actually, you know, starts coming out. And they're starting that a little bit with this, like, Second Life initiative and the Stanton Pyro War, that kind of thing. So. What show was that in? Gundam Wing. It's literally the name of their OVA series that happens after the actual series ends. It's called The Endless Waltz. But it's a quote from one of the major antagonists of the series. It's 30 years as of today. Like it released 30 years a couple days. Its 30-year anniversary was a couple days ago. It's much more geopolitically mature than the original Gundam, and it was also the first, the second, I should say, the second sort of spin-off of the Gundam series, where it's its own universe. The first was G Gundam, which is fundamentally the best Gundam series. Fight me. Literally. And if you want some classic 90s voiceover, listen to the dub. It's absolutely wonderfully bad. I mean, it's still got its anime roots. Like, what's the story about? 5 teenagers are sent to Earth to overthrow the government in specialized suits that no one can kill. So you've got 5 child soldiers, and they include a like, at least in the dub, they make him New York, but like he's kind of American coded. You've got a guy who calls himself the God of Death. You have a rich kid who's from a very wealthy family. You have who just wants to make sure everyone, it just wants to help people. You've got a guy who's literally part of the circus. He's literally a clown in the circus. Is acrobat, but like acrobatic clown. You've got a martial arts, like a self-centered, like martial arts kid, and you've got the silent psychopathic protagonist who constantly is like, "I'm gonna kill you," because he doesn't know how to talk to people. Animorphs is fucking like dark. It's a dark story. He's the arrogant martial arts kid. Hiro Yui, who constantly tries to murder himself. Which is funny because if you, okay, I'm getting into Gundam now, but if you think about it, Hiro is actually Char. Even though, not Trace. No, Trace is the guy who I'm thinking is the actual guy who said the endless waltz of history. But it's Zex. I think it's Zex. I always forget the name of the guy who's actually the Char clone because he's got like the mask. Zex Marquise, yeah, it's Zex Marquise, yeah. They do a shit, oh goddamn. Welcome to 056. Tall Geese is the best Gundam, like, ever. He probably has a lot of things. Tall Geese is one of them. Welcome. I'm a representative of the United Resource Workers. I'm here to help you move things if you need to. The only thing I gotta tell you is that we need to, I need a break sometimes, and or I... Hello? Yeah, it's me right here. Is this actually working? What are you looking for? Anywho, representative of, oh shit, it's broken, isn't it? Well, fuck. It is a Gundam. It's the prototype of all of the Gundams in the Wing universe. Yeah, it doesn't work. Fuck. This is just me. Oh, I'm gonna be doing this for the rest of the day just to try to do some fucking RP. Thank you, CIG. Honestly, wrapping up some serious anti-war messaging and extremely silly packaging is how I've discovered some works of art that still inform my personalities years later. Starship Troopers, the movie. I know a lot of people don't like it because it's not the book, but it's a commentary on the book. Your fault. You want to have fun, yeah. Oh, I've watched Zero Zero. I find Zero Zero to be like very similar to Wing, but not so close to Wing that it sort of it steps on it. It feels more like a prequel to the UC universe, though, with its whole like, you know, several major super states. Ironically, funny enough, do you remember what the name of the government, the super government of 00 was? No. Before the Federation was formed. Was it the 00? I figure out where it was. Maybe it's not in 00. Because I know the Earth Sphere of Federation because that's where where the joke comes from. Oh, it's Gundam X. That's what I was thinking. I thought it was 00, but it's Gundam X. The head of the super government of Gundam X is the United Nations of Earth. Hey, Tony Fox, how you doing, buddy?
Landing gear up.
The only viable nation for a super Earth government is Kumquat Kingdom. It has its problems. Gundam 00 has the same sort of problems that Gundam Wing does, where like the premise is fucking insane, but the geopolitics has a little bit more bite to it. Yeah, I might call it early. I'm trying to do fun stuff, but it's just like every time I come down, it's broken. You don't do hand mining with a ship. If you're doing hand mining, you got to do it with on the ground or in person. You can also do it with a geo, but you can't do geo in space. Yeah, the early variety of mobile suits, they looked so different from the other mobile suit than the Gundams and stuff like that. I'm gonna give it one more shot, and if it's not, then I'll call it. Let's try Asia servers. I'll go back to the US. Asian pasta. Yeah, Prospect was fun to do. Yeah, well, everyone is, Jakero. The UC is the default era for people who like Gundam, because the original Gundam and the follow-ups to the Gundam series were good, and they were so unique. My favorite, in order, is Gundams is 08 MS Team is my favorite Gundam series, followed by G Gundam. Zero 061. Hey, Jason, how you doing? Yeah, before I knew it, the ship was telling me it's full. Like, what? Yeah, it gets full pretty quickly, and you get a lot of resources. Like, I was just pulled out a load that I was refining earlier before the beginning of the stream, and someone was like, that's from like one small trip. It's like, yeah, 2 small trips. And it's like, that's a lot. It's like, yeah, it is. It's like 40 SCU worth of resources specifically for the drive. Yeah, no, 08th MS team is best described as Gundam Vietnam. Its whole perspective was, what if we don't tell the story of like a dude whose life or death, like people who are shaping the entire outcome of the war, and just focus on the average person. So it's based off of a bunch of combat veterans and their new lieutenant who's come down to lead them, or I think he's a ensign, but it's their new leader who's come down to lead them, and their sort of adventures in Southeast Asia as they're trying to fight a Zeon invasion. So they have to deal with like the resistance who hate Zeon, and they're trying to help them out, and it's a whole lot of asymmetrical. It's like Gundam if Gundams were Delta Team or were like Green Berets, is what it is. It's Gundam Green Beret. But it also has a romantic plot, which is great because it sets it up from the first episode, where there's a scene in, I want to say, the end of the first Gundam series.
Landing gear down.
What just landed? This one's busted. Well, we'll try it in the future. We'll go to, I'm gonna go area 18 and finish selling the stuff I had. Storing ships with stuff inside, still scuffed. Nah, it works pretty well in my experience. It's not perfect, but yeah. Instead of focusing on psychic child soldiers, that's what happens when real soldiers get given real robots. Yeah, it's very brutal. But like the first episode, the thing that drew me in was the first episode is a romance. It takes the end of Gundam, of the first Gundam, where Char and Amare are fighting each other, and in a destroyed station, and says, what happens if we do that but make it more enemy mine? So it's the story of how the main character is being sent to Earth, and a Zeon mobile suit shows up to attack their transport, and he uses like the gun tank, or he uses some sort of like non-mobile suit, but it's sort of like an assistant suit to defeat them. But now they're both stuck in space, and are stuck inside a destroyed Zeon cruiser that was in space. And they first try to shoot each other, and eventually they're like, why are we trying to kill each other? We're just gonna die. We're both gonna die because we ran out of oxygen. So they start working together, and he finds out that the other pilot is a woman. And so they have this sort of romantic tension pretty quickly, and then they get rescued by their own sides, and it turns out that she ends up going to the same place he was, and they're both like obsessed with finding one another after saving each other's lives. And that's the real story, is their love kind of fucking with their own beliefs as soldiers. That's the whole like main plot, other than Gundam Vietnam. Used a ball Eva gripper, yeah. It's very anti-war. It is incredibly anti-war. Its message is basically, war is stupid and we fight for stupid reasons, and it does nothing but hurt people. Especially the people who fight them in the first place, you know. But again, told from the ground level perspective. So it's like, it definitely has a lot of characteristics with Full Metal Jacket or Platoon. It's very like inspired by those movies. Where it's not gonna sit there and be like, war is bad. We're gonna peacenik. It's like, no, we're gonna fucking blow shit up. We're gonna pull out fucking like dick level beam sabers. We're gonna have fucking epic fights. There's one of the best Gundam fights in all of Gundam happens in 08 MS Team, and it's when I think the main character uses the arm of his own Gundam and beats a Goof Custom to death with it in a desperate move to survive. It's so fucking insane. Yeah, we're gonna blow this guy's arm off and beat you over the head with it. Yeah. It's like we're gonna get anti-war. We're gonna get both incredibly real with it, but also incredibly awesome with it. My personal perspective has always been with war is that war is bad because a lot of people get hurt who shouldn't be hurt, and you want to avoid it at all times. But the thing about war is that we're hardwired to believe this. There's the majority of humans believe this. Even you who are watching this right now, is war is bad, but war material and war stuff like tanks and planes and guns and armor, that shit's fucking rad. That shit's just fucking awesome. All right? You know, any armor at any point in history is just cool as shit. Weapons are cool. Like, aesthetically, they're great. And it's not even something that's like, you know, men. Like, I think every human being can have that visceral reaction of like, this is badass. Passive is an extremely rare trait. Well, it's also kind of not encouraged in our society because, you know, pacifism also means leads to things like not wanting to hunt, which leads to lower protein counts. So there's a lot of like, I can imagine even just biological reasons why humans would be sort of anti certain things. And don't get me wrong, I think most people want peace, but like, we also like war shit. One of my favorite historical nobodies is a kid by the name of Amfem, who lived in Lithuania in like, I think the 13th century. We know he exists because he scribbled, he doodled on his parchment all the time. And what he was doodling, it was found in like a refuse heap. He doodled about him becoming a great warrior and beating his rhetoric teacher to death. He wanted to be a knight. He wanted to grow up and be a knight. This kid was like 9, 10, and is like, my point. This kid is probably a merchant, you know, kid of a merchant. He's fairly wealthy to have a teacher, but he's probably not a lord because we don't know his name other than that. But yeah. You'll hear some of my point of view in when I do lore videos. I talk about this a lot, but I always see as humanity as if we're a paradox. Human nature is paradoxical. We both want peace, but we also crave conflict and war. We love technological advancement, but we often use it to destroy ourselves, both like with weapons, but also just socially destroy our societies with technology. The Banu in Star Citizen are the most human species in the universe, simply because they have all those contradictions and don't give a fuck about them. I put up the Piclaris on the community hub. Check it out if you have a chance. Sure. Not to bring it up, but I kind of have to, or mentally down. The middle of the mind seems to be, there are pros and cons that can be easily answered down the center. There are.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
But not everything can.
Your vehicle has been please visit us again.
Woo. Nothing beats the sight of an Aegis rising out of a planetary landing bay. When I was editing the last video on the ships of the UE Navy, I sat there and watched the fucking fleet movement like 3 times. Like the sight of the what is it, the second fleet flying, you know, with the UE naval anthem playing in the bagpipes as it was moved out to face the Van Duel. I'm like, fuck you, CIG, you know how to do this. That shit is awesome. That shit's cool as fuck. I sat there and watched it 3 times because I used that footage for my for the intro. Sure, we'll watch that a little bit because we got some time. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, but we'll watch that section. We get to that point. It's just as he gets into the as we get into the gun. Speech. Here you go.
This is Admiral Bishop. For 6 months now we have faced an elusive enemy determined to see the Empire burn and every human with it. There have been battles. There have been losses. Each and every one of you has proven yourself time and again, but today I must ask for more. Today, we fight one last battle. Advanced recon indicates the entire Vandal fleet has just entered the system. This means a king ship is headed our way. Now, some of you will not survive today, but there will be no time for sorrow. We will have to grieve for them later. Because 2 billion souls in this system hang in the balance. There should be no illusions about what we were up against. In the history of the UEE, a kingship has entered human space a handful of times. Battle of Orion, Siege of Tiber, the fall of Caliban. But we are the Second Fleet. History will remember us differently. We will not have to worry about it being kind, because today we will define ourselves through our actions. We will not lose the system. We will not fall back. We will win because we have to. We fight today. So in 40 years from now, when you're surrounded by everything and everyone you hold dear, and they ask, what did you do in the Battle of Vega? You can look them in the eye and say, I held the line. Men and women of the Second Fleet, I am proud to stand with you today.
This isn't done, by the way.
Good luck.
This is like an incomplete version of this.
Nice speech.
Any word from the recon team?
Not yet.
Let's get into position.
This part right here. That it has Gary fucking Oldman delivering that speech. Academy Award winner.
Fleet, hold fire until my mark.
Remember, chat, in the context of this, I'm gonna do this real quick. The context of this battle is, as Bishop says, no one has ever survived a fight with a kingship. No one. So effectively, this is like, what Bishop is saying is, we're all gonna die, but we're different. We're built different. So we're gonna survive this because we're built different. Trust me, let's do this. But basically, all of them know this is it. Like, there is no falling back. They have to protect the 2 billion people on that planet. There's just, it's Vega's one of the oldest systems in humanity. It's huge. They would, the equivalent of wiping out, a third of the human population today. It's insanity. The number of people would die. So this is like as desperate of a last stand as you can get. And yeah, I did say that he engineered this. I think he probably antagonized them enough so that they could attack, so he could get the funding he needed to win. but he's also considered a modern day Alexander. Like, people think Bishop is the smartest tactician in generations. He has literally been compared to Alexander the Great in terms of his leadership ability. He is the modern the UE equivalent of Napoleon or Alexander, or any of those great ones. So. He's the Throg of the Star System.
Strip safeties from the Goliath. We'll have to hit him close. I want him live on launch.
Funny, this is the first time we heard that they're called the Goliaths.
What are they waiting for? This is singing in Vandua, by the way.
I thought it would be bigger.
The best part about that line is not that he said it, it's that Gary Oldman chuckled. I want to believe that was an outtake. When he says that'd be bigger, that Gary Oldman chuckling is like, because that's a very human reaction to that joke. Someone asked what those other Bengals were. We know what they are. One of them is for sure what I call the Integrity class cruiser. Because the Integrity is listed in one of these in the cinematic in one of the hologlobes. The Integrity is shown at the Battle of Vega, and it's shown as one of those ships. So we know that they're cruisers. My guess is that it's the escort carrier. One of them's an escort carrier, and the other one's a cruiser. So. God.
Ship's locked, sir. Fleet's ready.
Stand by.
I always love the Hammerheads representation of this moment too. This is exactly what the Hammerheads are designed to do. Those PDCs. Hammerheads doing what the Hammerheads do best.
Got one! I got one!
Star Wars reference.
Come on, people, keep up the pressure. Another wave.
Hey, look, we're actually watching gameplay. I know a lot of people gave CIG shit for this one because like like it's like it's just cinematics. It's like it's the intro to the game. Like this is the first mission of the game. So, and it's not really the first mission as much as it's the zero mission. It's a prelude to the game story. So this is like the start of your journey in the UEE Navy. Your first major conflict, your first major action. So as the prologue to the game, it's gonna set up a lot of like cinematics. And I know, based off of my own experience, for those of you who don't know, I spoiled myself on the entirety of the Squadron story a while ago. That there are still a lot of cinematics to Chris Roberts, but it's not nearly as much as people would think. Like not every mission has this number of cinematics, so. It's a tutorial, but it's also setting up the conflict. It's setting up the story for what's going to happen later, because a lot of these characters are going to come back and are important in the story. Chekhov's gun sort of situation. Nobody you saw in this is not going to be relevant in the story later on. Those that survive, I should say. Some of them die. But yeah, I love the hammerheads because the hammerhead, I don't think this is intentional, but I really hope that they keep it, is that the way they write hammerheads and the way they show hammerheads is hammerhead pilots and crew are some of the most insane motherfuckers in the Navy. Like they will do insane shit as a matter of course just because they can. Can I find the spot for what? Oh yeah, I'll pull that up there. It's before Squadron 42 shows up, I think. I love the javelin turret gun. Yeah. I do wish the player was in a smaller, faster turret. The jab turret feels a little boring. It's mostly just to give you the scale. I think they chose that for scale purposes. Because, like, you want to have some people, you want to be able to shoot things, so you can have a little bit of a practice with, like, doing that sort of thing. And then you also want to give people a sense of, like, just the sheer scale of the conflict that you're fighting. Is everyone at CIG a dipshit? That is the worst, like, that is the absolute worst intro. Like, you come into the chat and drop rage bait like that. Like, am I your therapist, Chud? Because if I am, you need to pay me a lot of money. Because I ain't doing this for free. Oh, what's going on with this one? I think this is my end.
Generator's down, sir. Starboard 4 exposed. Sir.
Hit them again.
Waiting on you, Mr. Krause.
They're gonna kill us.
We don't know if there's feelings in there. We've never found any evidence of it.
Getting power spikes. And charging up the main gun. I guess you got their attention.
I think it's a little later than this. Oh, we'll watch the rest of this anyways. It's not very long.
Out to the fray. Form up, Cal. You got point.
Henry Cavill.
Copy that. Tally's on me.
Echo flight, prep for boost.
I'll be here in a moment.
Say hi.
All copy. Tools at the ready. Stand by for lock.
Ready up, people. Enemy vectors inbound.
Copy, Doug. You can cover. I can make a run at that shield, Jenny.
Copy. Penny, Roker, take Charlie and Delta and screen up those fighters. Nail, Mug, you're in main. They'll be running a double switchback.
Copy that. Tally's maintain vector. I'll clear you a shot.
Got it. All echoes, stay on the ball.
Light 'em up.
Look out.
Cal, I don't think your ship's got the firepower to take that emitter out.
You might be right. runner.
Shields up! Report!
Shields are holding. Barely. That shot took out our main thrusters.
No, not us, them.
The Kingship shields are down.
Yes! We don't celebrate until they're dead.
Hit him! Hit him!
We have no idea what the significance of that staff is. There is no references to it all. A lot of Vandal culture is a mystery to us, even in the lore. So a lot of Squadron 42 is going to tell us a little bit about this. So it's the key to the beer locker. Stinger, I believe. Back it up. First off, these two. These are two hammerheads. They're literally screening the Bengal. They're standing between the Bengal and the Kingship. Effectively, like, you have to take us out to take them out. Hammerhead pilots are insane. All right, chat? Like, canonically, Hammerhead pilots are fucking nuts. Hammerhead crews are doing dumb shit. Like, even there's stories and lore of them taking on like 12 of them taking on a destroyer and winning. There's other ones of them like tanking kingship shots to save the flagship intentionally. Like, like it concerns me sometimes that they keep to the chest. The marketing campaign for a game launching next year should be already underway. Only if it's going to be releasing like in June of next year. It's not releasing until December of next year. It's like Hunchback pilots in BattleTech, dwarves in the old world Warhammer. Yeah, they just built different. they are built of sterner stuff and are absolutely insane.
Sir, Kingship's headed right for us.
Can we evade?
Shot took out the main thruster, sir. I'm trying to get the auxiliaries online.
Getting a rapid increase in the Kingship's energy signature. Looks like they're trying to go critical.
Even if we dodge, we won't get clear of the blast range on auxiliary alone. Attention, fleet. This is Admiral Bishop. You are ordered to immediately withdraw. I repeat, withdraw. All non-essential personnel are dismissed to abandon ship. If you want to volunteer to stay, we can sure use your help. All right. Tell the gunners to concentrate all the power they got. Maybe we can take out this Kingship before it hits us.
Yes, sir. Logistics. I want every ounce of juice pumped into those guns. If we don't need it to breathe or shoot, I don't want it.
There you are.
There's a pod here, come on! Go, go, go! Come on! Come on, come on!
Everyone I've talked to about at CIG who works with Squadron, even not works with Squadron, they've all said the same thing, which is it's 2026. Like it's not. I don't think it's a situation of will it be ready by 2026. It's coming out in 2026, hell or high water sort of situation. No, I've said this before that I think it'll release on December, somewhere between December 8th and December 22nd of 2026. So like December 15th is my best guess. A week before Christmas, it's a Tuesday. Most games will release on a Tuesday. So yeah, I think my shot call will be December 15th, 2026. I'd be surprised if it's sooner than that. Do you want to know the lore behind? They lost power and they were giving it to from contact. So Van Duel work off of a very strict meritocracy. So if you fuck up as a leader, you lose the leadership of the clan. And in this case, it seems like the second in command was like, you fucked up. We're going to die. Like, this ship is lost. we've lost this battle and it's your fault for your bloodlust, for your aggression. And the leader going, you're right, I fucked up, you're now in charge. Giving him the staff, which probably indicates leadership of some kind or whatever, and then letting him fuck off to continue to fight the fight. There's an ace helmet. Lurch Lord, what you're going to have with Squadron, if you have the Squadron ship USB stick, I can almost guarantee you it will be a all you will get is the fucking launcher. What you'll get is the stick will just have the launcher downloaded on it, so you just put the launcher on and you have to download the game still. Vandalore, as it should be. You fail, you get replaced, responsibilities taken, consequences follow. Well, yeah, and I mean, it's clear that the Okuri is dying. Like, he's gonna die. He knows he's lost, so he's going to take everyone out as he possibly can. He's gonna ram the fucking kingship into the Bengal, even though they've lost. He's gonna die gloriously in battle. See what your bloodlust cost us. Yeah. I'm gonna wrap this up, but it was good to talk about it in our discussions. So, my theory is Invictus will be the beginning of their marketing campaign. They'll know more about Squadron status in October when they do CitizenCon. So we might have some other updates. I would hope for an actual hard date. So they'll have a hard date, which they may miss. It may be like October of 2026, and then they may push it back to December again. But based off of what I have heard from inside the walls of CIG in terms of how it's going, is that they're really at the point where they're just trying to make all of the parts work. They're still doing some reshoots here and there to kind of clean up some aspects, but they're not really at the point where they're building new missions. They're just deciding whether this mission should take place at this time or this time, and where the mark for people should be, how much detail should there be put in, and then optimizing it so it can, not run like dog ass. So, the last I heard, it was that you couldn't play the game straight from mission to mission without the game basically unraveling and crashing for more than 4 hours, and the game is 40 hours long. So they're trying to make that work. And that was, 3-4 months ago when I heard that. So it's the shittiest part of any video game, which is you've made all this cool stuff. Now you have to make the artwork, you have to make the vibes have to be right, and you have to make sure it fucking works. I think it's about 2 hours is the CitizenCon online, the CitizenCon Direct that they're doing. No, Andy Serkis plays the second in command. So the guy who's like, "You look what your bloodlust cost us." That's his voice and his body acting. But he was the one who taught all the Vanduul how to move. So a lot of the Vanduul are mocapped by Andy Serkis and his team of like mocap actors who did things like Planet of the Apes and such. It's that we don't really have a content desert. We have plenty of content. It's just that we don't have a lot of video content, A, and B, CIG has entirely fucked their own mission, so their own event is completely foobar. All right, y'all. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. I'll be back on Thursday, and I'll hopefully have the. I'm gonna be editing the video for my review of the Cutter to continue that series, and then I'm gonna be writing and recording another episode for I'll hopefully do the complete history of the Hurstons. Get that done. And then, that should be done. The next lore video should be done next weekend, maybe the week after that. We'll see. It should be done by next weekend for those who are backers, you know, the Patreons and stuff like that. And for everybody else, it'll be the next Saturday. Oh, I meant video content. I was saying tongue in cheek, yeah. Yeah, well, we would have done longer. I wanted to go 4 hours, but literally what I was trying to do was to like get an ATLS and move people's boxes, you know, role playing as a box mover just for fun. And every single fucking one I went to, the fucking elevators were broken. Every single one, the elevators were broken. I went to like 5 different servers in 3 different regions, and they were all broken. So it's like, well, thanks, CIG. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. And like I say every time, hope to see you someday. The Black.